Hey folks, the courtyard outside of the hotel. Real quick, just my initial impressions of the Focal Elegia headphones. I did get a chance to listen to them at the Woo Audio booth. Woo Audio has them. I also listened to them next door at the Focal booth too. And so these headphones are Focal's first closed back, headphones, high-end headphones. The actually surprise was for me that they retail for $899, so that's less than $899 US. So that's less than I thought. I thought they were going to be like $1,100 or $1,200. They come with a case and one headphone cable, so they don't come with more than one headphone cable. But they sound pretty good. They don't sound as, for those of you just joining, I'm talking about the new Focal Elegia closed back headphone that was announced today. Anyway, so how do they sound? They sound like a closed back Elegia to me. They do not, to me, sound as good as the Focal Clear. So the Focal Clear is, I think, a higher end headphone. I mean, that's like a $1,500 headphone, whereas the Elegia is a $900 headphone. But for a closed back headphone, they sound really good. The bass actually was surprisingly good on the Elegia headphone. I was actually pleasantly surprised with that, as was the treble. The treble did not seem too overpowering or too brittle or anything like that. Not like super resolving in terms of the treble, but not like brittle at the same time either. The Elegia, in terms of the mids, to me sounded a little bit not as smooth, not as concise, not as involving as the Focal Clear. But for $899 a headphone for the price, and again, it's something that you can take with you on the subway or on the bus or something like that quite easily because they're closed back. So you don't get the same, sound. You don't get the same sound as like the Utopia or like the Clears with the Elegias, because it is a closed back headphone. You get a more bassy sound, I do have to say, a bit of a U-shaped sound, however. But I think for the price, it's really good, and definitely I think competes with the Sennheiser HD820s. I would probably myself actually rather have the Focal Elegias than I would the Sennheiser HD820s. And the benefit of the Focals is they're cheaper. They're $899 versus, I don't know what the 820s cost, but definitely a lot more. The other thing is that I listened to, let's see, what else did I listen to? So far, I haven't listened to a lot of the new headphones so far, but I did listen to the new Mr. Speakers, Ether 2s. I was quite impressed with those headphones. They're very light also, which is interesting. When I put them on and when I felt them, they felt very plasticky at first. But that's actually good because it makes the headphones extremely comfortable, very light. And I actually really like the sound of them quite a bit. Now, being in a show environment like this, inside the big hall there, it was really difficult to, get a sense of how they actually sound because there's so much, background noise. Not really a good, accurate, way to actually hear headphones, to be honest with you. Kind of terrible environment, actually. But yeah, the Mr. Speakers Ether 2 sounded really good, and I think the way they look also is really cool. I also heard the new Quad Planar Dynamic headphones. They are at the Woo Audio booth as well, and I was pretty impressed with those as well. Really a nice sound, and I can't really comment too much on them because I didn't really listen to them very intently. But those sounded really good as well. Those are at the Woo booth as well if you're here. And let me see if I can see the comments. I know people are commenting here, but on the live chat. But I actually am on my iPhone, and I don't know how to actually do live chat on the iPhone. So I may have to see those later when we play this back. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, I am seeing. I can't comment, but I am seeing your comments. So yeah, you can feel free to comment. I did see your comment about the new Sony in-ears. I'm not much of an in-ear fan, so I haven't really paid a lot of attention to IEMs, but I will see if I can take a listen to those. To be honest with you, I don't even like sticking these in my ears, and these are just the the Apple ear pods that come with the iPhone. These don't even go all the way in my ear, and I don't even like using these. I only pretty much use these for podcasts or for making calls and stuff like that. Anyway, I also heard the Chord Mscaler and the Chord TT2, Hugo TT2, and I was quite impressed with them. But again, you were in a big hall, and it was not a quiet room, and it was really hard to get a sense of, the minute differences between, playing it, because the Mscaler. Oh man, we're getting into like a dust storm here. Anyway, it's getting really windy. All of a sudden, the wind is like picking up. Okay, anyway, the Mscaler has a little button where you can turn off the Mscaling, and you can turn it on and off, and I was toggling between those two, and it was almost hard for me to hear a difference, to be honest with you, in the hall. I think there are differences, but it's very subtle, and I was thinking to myself, in this situation, I don't know if the Mscaler is actually worth it, because I'm not hearing very much difference. The Hugo TT2 sounds awesome. Plenty of power, to drive pretty much any head. Good. But when you add the Mscaler in there, with the Mscaling on and off, and toggling between on and off, was really hard for me to hear a difference in that room, in that environment. I would have to be in a completely quiet environment, to really probably notice a difference, and before really committing to it. I might still order it just because I know having a 768 kilohertz stream going into your DAC with, almost 1 million taps or over 1 million taps or whatever is something, that's going to be like awesome and something to behold. But anyway, any of you watching this now or watching this later, I will upload this to my channel. I'm sorry it's a bit disjointed. I'm just sort of speaking off the top of my head here. If you do see me, I'm going to be here at least part of the day tomorrow, Saturday, and part of the day Sunday as well. If you do see me, please come up and say hi. I noticed some people like actually recognizing me from afar and saying, "Hey man, there's that phototristan guy that's doing, that does some videos," but they don't actually come and say hi. Don't be shy, I know I don't look that approachable if you see me in person, but definitely want to chat and say hi. So yeah, don't be shy about that. Come up and say hi to me if you see me. Anyway, I'll probably be live vlogging some more from this event, but I did want to just share my initial impressions and some of the things that I saw. I'm just trying to think what else I saw that was kind of cool. Oh, I went up, because it's also Rocky Mountain Audiofest. It's not just about headphones. It's not just Canjam. I also went up to the second floor, which is the mezzanine level. They call it the peak level. And that's where all the 2-channel stuff is. And I went to the north room. Had a kind of an interesting comparison of USB cables, from everything from just a crappy printer cable up to their Hemdell series cable, all the way up to a $4,700 USB cable. That's right, $4,700. So we were able to compare those, where they had a really nice high-end 2-channel system, and they didn't change anything else except the USB cables, and we could hear the differences. And there were differences that I heard, but they were only subtle, to be really honest with you. I mean, there was a difference between like the USB cable and going up to their next level up. I forgot what it's called. I think that one's called the Hemdell cable, which is like maybe a couple $100 or something. There was definitely a difference, and I appreciated that difference. But going up to the $4,700 USB cable, I was thinking to myself, there's not that much difference. I mean, come on. I mean, it was like, I was sort of rolling my eyes a little bit, because I was like, yeah, it doesn't really sound that much different to me, and to me it probably wouldn't be worth it. But it was interesting. And they also apparently do have a demo in that same room where they do power cable tests as well, and I was not there for that, but I'll probably go up there again while I'm here, either tomorrow or the next day or even today, and try to listen to that, because apparently just changing the power cable makes a big difference as well. But yeah, gosh, it feels like the tornado's coming in or something. It's starting to get like super windy here. Digital Bliss, yeah, Hugo TT2. I did hear the Hugo TT2, and I talked about it a little bit in this live stream already. I love it. Sounds awesome. Just sounds really great. Just really euphonic. I'm probably going to get that for sure. Plenty of power to drive virtually any headphones. A nice design, where the volume front where you want it. It's not like a big ball, rather than a small ball. So yeah, the Hugo TT2 is great. Let's see, Bentley. Yeah, you asked if I've heard the Woo W8 WA8. I have, and it sounds great. And I think I actually reviewed that in my channel at one point, so check that out. I did have a review unit of that. Or was it I think I've reviewed the WA7 Fireflies as well as the WA8 portable. Unfortunately, I can only see your comments fly by as they're live. I can't go back and see them. So let's see how many people. We've got 19 people here. I've been live streaming for about 11 minutes now. I think I don't know what else to say right now. I've seen a lot of stuff, but these are the main highlights that I've seen so far. And again, I'm here for 2 more days, so I'm going to be seeing a lot more. But yeah, one of the first things I did was I went straight to the Chord booth and and took a listen to the Hugo TT2 and the Mscaler, and I was pretty impressed. Josh is asking, did I get a chance to check out the ZMFs? I didn't get a chance to hear them yet, but the actual creator is there, Zach, and I'll try to go talk to him a little bit later if I can. I did take a look at the headphones, I didn't get to hear them. So anyway, let me sign off for now, but I will be back, stay subscribed and all that kind of stuff. And if you have anything that you want me to specifically cover or check out, I will try to do that for you if I can. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.